searching for the answer to our trials. We came so far through our weakness. We found a love, even the stars between us won't bury us. One day we can be together, and this moment could last forever. I say that you and I have found a piece of heaven. So I pray we can be together one day.
Yes, Yusuf, how we doing, my dude? How we doing? Yeah, let's put this on the big board. Let's do that. Yeah, here we go. All right. Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is doing absolutely fantastic here today. Yes, Yusuf, I hope you're doing really well. I hope it's going great. I hope you're doing well. All right, getting used to Twitch. All right, my dude. Welcome, welcome, McKeeg. I hope you're doing good. It's gonna take a little bit of getting used to, but it's all good. Hey, we're here online. We're streaming. We're streaming of all things math classes. I know, kind of weird. I know how things tend to work out. Adjust my monitor here just a bit. There we go. Get the camera in working order. Well, at least trying to anyway. Welcome to the very. We're here for the first class. We got 11 minutes to go before things start to totally kick off. But hopefully this is gonna be pretty fun. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a pretty interesting 2 months. That's for sure. Can't really argue with that. What are my thoughts on the hashtag Academicus going so far into the last one? Well, actually, I did put some comments there. I did put a comment underneath the last hashtag video, kind of giving my breakdown of each of the candidates. Um, I saw the whole video, saw who the final two are, and yeah, I mean, I really like both Jake and Yanni. They're both really really good. Um, I thought Jake's answers were outstanding. They're really really good, and Yanni has the talent of really he can take things really far in his career. So just depends. Um, I want to see either player is absolutely fantastic for the team, and I think you can't lose either way. Khadija, hello, how you doing? Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning, and afternoon. Well, soon to be afternoon. I'm doing really good. Hopefully you're doing good. How are you? Hopefully things are pretty chill. I'm glad you found your way out here to the corner of Twitch, which is our mathematics class. uh, yeah, I'm actually, yeah, I agree with you, Yusuf. Both Jake and Emma are probably the two I favor the most. But they're both really good. You're always on Twitch? Okay, well, welcome. Welcome to this corner of Twitch. This is the most unusual corner of Twitch where we get to teach mathematics for for things. Drink some tea here. Uh, glad to see you made it out here. Glad to see that everybody here who has made it out here to this very corner of Twitch, getting ready and waiting for some college algebra. Oh man. College algebra, if you can believe it. Yeah, that's what we're here to do, supposedly. Supposedly, I'm supposed to do a job for the next 2 months. I could technically hand out A's, but that's a little bit tough for me. Hey, Steven! I could. I could. You ain't wrong. That would be amazing too. I wouldn't lie. Would make the next 60 days amazing. Sadly, I don't think I can do that. Steven, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, whichever way you want to call it. Hopefully, you are doing very outstanding here today, Steven. I hope things are going really well. Ooh, hello, computer. Uh, hopefully, I'm glad you made your way out here on this very corner of the interwebs. I'm learning some mathematics. You going over all the basics here about going over this class here. No one needs to know you could just play D&D. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Khadija. I could play D&D for the whole class. I do have some cards here. I could certainly play. Right next to me, I got some spell book cards here for sure. See, I got see, first day and we're already getting into the spell book cards here. So I got my yes. Let's go to the Nerdtron 7 million. Yes, River, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I got my spellbook cards of Arcane. Yeah, right there, bam. Pretty sure I got some spells in the. I mean, I got to be a proper level before I pull it off. But there's some good spells in here. Phantasmal Killer, ooh, yeah. Fabricate, very good. The man takes some break, summer classes, and everything. I try, my man. Summer class is important, People got lives. They want to get them credits in. They want to get stuff going. Totally understandable. They want to get everything done in 2 months instead of 4. Perfectly understandable. 100%. That's what I'm here to do. Well, at least somewhat help with it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. How you been? How was your break there? How's your break so far, Sean? Hopefully things are doing good. Oh, you're taking summer classes. What are you taking, my man? You tell me. What classes are you taking? I got a couple classes here this summer. So we got right here college algebra, outstanding. Also got some business calculus. Okay, taking a music and a word class. Yeah, gen eds. Heck yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Getting ready to graduate, getting some gen eds out of the way. Stretched it out. I gotta stretch my neck out here. A little atrophied. There we go. Yeah, it's getting ready to graduate, get some gen eds out of the way. Yeah, it's all good. See? Telling you, get a nice, relaxing couple months. Everybody learns some math along the way. Everything's chill, and everybody's a winner at the end of the day. We all walk away. Like I don't know, like cool guys walking away from explosions, or yeah, that's how it'll go. Oh man, I'm super excited. This is the first stream of the summer. Um, I'm super excited. This is gonna be exciting. I see a lot of people there in the channel here today. I want to welcome everybody who's in here already for this first go around here for the summer. Always active participation and of course coming to the live streams here will be very helpful for all of you. Like I said, um, you'll have a lot of hopefully you'll have a lot of fun here during the streams. Hopefully, question mark, question mark, question mark. But I'm confident that'll be the case. So some people have taken my class before, so you know we'll see how things go. We'll see how things go. Most indeed. I feel evil. No, we're not gonna do evil things. It's okay. Mainly, I'm teaching a class about mathematics. Inherently, I'm inherently evil. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. It's already true, right? But gonna hopefully again next 60 days we'll get this done and over with, and then you guys will be ready to move on. Maybe you'll use it for transfer credit. Maybe you use it for other things. Maybe you'll learn something, a thing or two. We'll talk all about that here for the next little bit. So next little bit. If anybody wants to just type stuff in chat, ask me questions, please feel free to do so. You're welcome to do so at any time. So, anytime. All right. And let me see if I got that set up there. What games do I have on my computer? Well, I have several. Right now I'm playing. Excuse me. Right now I'm playing some Cold War, some Call of Duty Cold War. But I have Valheim on my computer here. You know, I got RimWorld. I have Town of Salem. Yeah, I don't even know. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember. I have Marbles on stream. I have Marbles on stream. Among Us. I have because I was playing because I was playing with my buddy James on one of his streams. Still have Roblox put on here. I know how much my buddy James loves Roblox. Should I get the book and the access code or just the access code? Okay, that's a great question. Now if I were you, if I wanted to save money, definitely stream Roblox. Um, if I were you, probably to save money, it's just easier just to get the access code, Fritz. And because the reason is I say that is because of the fact that you'll get the electronic textbook. Now, if you want the physical copy of the textbook, which I have, but again, that's going to cost you like an extra 100 some odd dollars. You know, that's an extra cost on top of it. Thank you for the follow, everybody. Thank you, Brianna. Thank you, E-Man. I appreciate the follows. Thank you, everybody who have followed the past few days. I want to thank you all for following me. You'll get a text notification here about when I go online. So definitely click on that heart icon, and you'll be able to follow me. You'll get push notifications about when I go online, and you can immediately be connected to this channel right here. So if you want the textbook, then Bernice, thank you very much. If you want to be connected, if you want the physical copy of the textbook there, Fritz, just to answer your question, go ahead and just go ahead and get the physical copy, but that's totally up to you. Now, for me, what I say is you just get the access code and you get the e-text, and then you'll save a little bit of money on the side. So I'm in the mood of just saving you a bit of cash, because I'm a cheap man, and being cheap is okay. We were all once poor college students, and you'd rather spend the money somewhere else. So that's what I would like to tell you, Fritz, is the answer to your question there. Hopefully that helps. I'll show you a little bit more detail, so I'll expand upon that question that you asked, so that way you'll know what I'm referring to in terms of the e-text and whatnot. Jess, thank you very Jess, hello. I hope you're doing really well. Um, hello, hello, hello. La Sirena, hello. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Again, if you have not followed my channel, please go ahead and do so. The reason why I ask for you to follow me, click that heart icon there, is simply just because you'll get push notifications about when I come online. You can click that link, and then you'll come right to this channel. So you'll come right to this channel, and then you'll be up to date about when I go live. Okay, I'll come on live here during noon time. So um, every single time. Glad to be back. Wonderful. I'm glad that you are back. See, can't go wrong with days like these. All right, you know what? I'm gonna pause this music here. We gotta do some intros, and then we gotta get started. All right, let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's get started today. Welcome back to the very first day of the summer semester. All right, everybody. Thank you so very much here for coming on out here to Twitch, my little corner of Twitch anyway. We are here for Math 112, which is college algebra. And I welcome all of you here to my stream. I want to say hello. I'll say hello back to Palomo, to La Serena, hello. To Danny, hello. Eman, hello. I hope all of you are doing wonderful this morning slash afternoon, whichever way you want to call it here at noontime, as when we're going to have this class here from noon to 2. Well, I know it says noon to 1:50 technically, but noon to 2 just to keep it easier for my brain. But we'll end off typically around 1:50 or whatever. Today will be a little bit more special, as this being the very first day of the class. We're going to go over a lot of the stuff here, kind of the behind the scenes, kind of what the expectations are. We're going to go into a little bit of a lecture here, and yeah, that's what the story is really. So I'm glad all of you are doing fantastic here today. Obviously, we're going to be meeting here for the next 8 weeks, up until the 29th here of July, and we're gonna be hanging out, having a little bit of fun, learning a little math, and just enjoying ourselves. That's the story. Let me tell you, that is the story of what is going on. So again, if you are new to this class, if you are part of this class, or even if you're not part of this class, please click the heart icon to follow my channel. That way, again, you will get push notifications about when I go online, and you'll be able to instantly access my class. So it's very helpful. That way, you know when I go on live. It's usually the same time every time, but sometimes, again, it's just easier just to give yourself a reminder throughout the course of summer. It's like, oh, he's online. All right, he's doing stuff. That's cool. We got a lot of things going on here, most definitely. Now, let's get to the big things here. Let's talk about this class. Let's talk about what this is all about. So that way, all of you are set and ready to go. Okay, so I'm gonna go and switch screens here for just a second. Go. Alrighty. Okay, so the first thing that I kind of want to show you off here is I want to show off where you can find all of the handouts, the syllabus, some of the information, the announcements that we're going to be doing here in class. Where exactly are you going to find all of this stuff here? Well, that's going to be found here on D2L. Now, if you haven't used D2L, which is Distance to Learning, you can find it here on this website. All right, so I posted that in the chat. If you want to click on that link, go ahead and you can click on that link and you'll get to the same page that you see here on the screen. Okay, now what you'll need to do here, of course, is to enter your username and password. Your username and password is the one that is provided by ECC. Okay, so whatever that was, I don't even know what the heck was, obviously, for you guys, but whatever they provided to you, that's the one you're going to be using. This is what you want to actually access here in this instance. I'm going to go ahead and kind of do this off screen here for just a moment. And okay, so get to my page here. All right, so I'm going to quickly go back and forth here. Okay, so here we have our class. Okay, so you may see like one or two of these depending on how many classes you're doing for the semester, and that's cool. All right, so here you go to Math 112, and you will see this this all important post thing. All right, so you'll see this is the post that I put up here, and we're going to talk more about this here today, and hopefully answer a lot of those questions that you may have from before. Okay, so a lot of people have questions first day. Hey, I'm here to answer any and all of those. Again, feel free to stop me. All right, at any point in time, if you have a question that you want to ask right away, that's what chat is there for. Now, as you can see, we are on Twitch. We are not on Zoom. Okay, there is a reason for that, and that's because I just don't like Zoom. I feel that at least with Twitch, you can just chat. You don't need a camera pointed at you 24/7. You could just just say it anonymously, and there's things that stuff happens behind the scenes and junk. And I'm like, yeah, you go do whatever you gotta do. I totally get that. It's cool. So it's like, all right, no problem. All right. So the anonymity is like what a lot of people like, and I happen to agree with that. So you can remain a little bit anonymous. That's perfectly fine, or whatever you want. All right. But again, ask me questions at any time. If you have questions, just type it out in chat. I'll be more than happy to answer any and all of them um, in due course. So 100%, I'm totally behind everybody here at this moment in time. Now, what we see here is again, this is the initial announcement I gave everybody. I actually emailed this to everybody, so everybody should have gotten this here. Now, if you go underneath at the very top, you see content. Let me actually make this a bit bigger. I'll make this a bit bigger so you can see this a little bit better. So if you go underneath content here, um, content here, you're going to see on this left-hand side, you'll see the syllabus here. If you click on Math 112 syllabus, you'll see the syllabus here, which we're going to go over. Here we see my math lab information. I'll talk about that here in just a little bit. And the handouts here, which is going to be all the handouts that I'm going to be using here throughout the course in general. Man, say throughout the course of the semester. I'm like, yeah, same thing. All right. All right. So today we're going to eventually get to 1115. But again, this is where you can find and extra resources just in case if you're not sure about how to use these handouts here. Again, also we have a grade breakdown here, so you can go to grades, and then there's be a grade thing here. For me, it'll be like a spreadsheet of people and blah 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 blah. So I don't really care. It's a spreadsheet of people is great. All right, so here you can also here you can find assignments. We also have a discussion board here. All right, so we have a discussion board here. People can do introductions. You can talk about questions and anything else. Now, preferably, I would prefer you can contact me via email because it's just a lot easier. So again, I have the discussion board just in case. I do check them periodically, but probably preferably you could go ahead and just email me, and I'll be more than happy to answer back if you have any personal questions or things that are going on. Please let me know right away so I can get so we can hopefully make arrangements or whatever the case may be. There's only going to be one online assignment here, at least through D2L. That is just an acknowledgement of the syllabus in my math lab. So be sure to go through D2L, and this is like an acknowledgement of signing up for my math lab and reading through the syllabus. We're going to go through the syllabus here in just a moment, but just talking about that here. You're going to get some free points for doing so. So if you do that, you get some free points, and then everybody's a winner. So yeah, that ain't terrible. All right, good stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and go over the syllabus here. Okay. All righty. Why? All right. Okay. So let's go over the syllabus here. We're going to answer. I'll answer several of your questions here. Hopefully, as we go through the syllabus, some of you may have. So please feel again. Um, we'll see exactly what we get there. So here we're going to meet up until the 29th. That'll be important here a little bit later. We'll meet every day: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay, so Monday through Thursday here. We are going to be meeting from noon to 1:50, technically 2 o'clock, whatever the case may be. Right? The I have office hours here, technically, quote unquote office hours. I can be talked to. If you have questions that you want to ask me after class, feel free to ask me after class. I'm here to help. Okay, from 2 to 6 o'clock because I have another class here at from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock here at night. Um, Again, if you have some questions, you're like, hey, you know what, Professor Chibs, I don't know about this, that, this topic here. Can you show me some extra examples? Hey, I'm more than happy to help. You know, if you want to meet me with a little bit later between 2 and 6, just shoot me an email or we'll talk about it on Discord if you like. And we'll discuss that here. Yes, we do have Discord here. It's a great way for everybody to kind of answer questions, scan screenshots and whatnot. So there's a lot of ways to interact, a lot of ways to kind of catch up with me. Certainly, I'm not going to be like inaccessible. Be like, nah, I'm not just going to answer your question. Like, forget it. Okay, so trust me, if you have questions, I want to see you succeed as much as you do. Okay, so definitely that's what we're here to hopefully do here together. Now, as for the textbook here, as was asked by Fritz earlier, I do have a physical copy of the textbook, but that's because they provide one to me for free. They're like, yeah, I'm like, look at this textbook. Okay, so this is a textbook here. It has a big old chili pepper on it. And how? Okay, so this is the Blitzer book. It is the 7th edition of this textbook here. Um, so that is the textbook there. Now, as was asked earlier here, what do I do about the physical textbook? You don't have to get a physical copy of the textbook. With my math lab, you get an electronic copy of the textbook here with the access code. So with the access code, you will get automatic e-text to go along with that. If you prefer a physical copy of the textbook, you can buy one on your own. Perfectly fine to buy it in a bundle from the bookstore or whatever, however financial aid works. You know, then that's fine. But do you need the physical copy of the textbook? The answer is no. No, you don't. I'd rather have you save some money. I'd rather have you save some time. I'd rather have you save some energy. Because, I'm cheap. And so are you. And I'd rather spend the money. Um, uh, I'd rather spend the money at my sponsors, okay? My sponsors are the ones I'd rather spend my money on, okay? My sponsors are brought to you by, Burger King and Taco Bell, patting my belly a couple times here. So that's the better sponsor. Those are my better sponsors. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. I like those. Those are pretty delicious. Some late night runs can't go wrong. I ain't gonna lie. Um, all right. Other materials here, you'll need a graphing calculator. Okay, so if you got a graphing calculator like this one here, mine is super old, but if you have one that kind of looks like our nice TI-83, TI-84 sort of dealio, then there you go. You got it. So, no problemo. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Um, uh, are there any questions that you may have? Now I do want to point out one thing here. I'm going to often ask you if you have any questions or not, okay? And if you have any questions, please feel free to chime in with a question. If you don't have any questions, just please type no in the chat if you do not have any questions so I know to move on to the next point, okay? So, if you have any questions, please type it out in the chat, or if you don't have any questions, please type in. Um, what happens if we miss a class live stream? Okay, that's a wonderful question, Palomo. All right, so what happens if you do miss a live stream? Well, first of all, here on my Twitch page, I do have I do have an archive here. Okay, so let me go ahead and show it off here for just a moment. And we're gonna go all meta here. Death. Oh boy, that's scary. Um, let's go all inside here. All right. So, um, if you go to my channel page, and once this is offline, you're gonna see some panels here. One of those options that you'll see underneath the panel will be underneath videos. What you can do is click on the videos there. There will be a videos tab, and then underneath the videos tab, what you're going to see is a archive of all the past streams that I've done. Now, those will stay in Twitch, because according to the Twitch guidelines here, since I'm an affiliate here, that will stay in there for about 2 weeks. Okay, so 2 weeks, it'll stay in my videos tab as a replay. Now, what I'm going to do is after a day, I'm 24 hours. The rules, that's the rules according to Twitch here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna click off of this because this is gonna bother my mind. Um, what's going to happen here is I'm going to then upload that live stream. I'm going to upload that to my YouTube channel. Okay. And so I'll go to my YouTube channel here for just a moment. As some of you, it's also underneath Professor Chibs. So I'll be making up a playlist here. As you see, we talk about silly things on a lot of my streams. So you could go to Professor Chibs here. You can subscribe. I'm going to be making up a playlist here for our class and then uploading that maybe 24, 48 hours after initial live stream. And then you can watch it on there. I put it as up in an archive because the video here on Twitch will automatically delete itself after the 14 days. So there's a couple ways that you can actually view um, the stream here in this case. So if you do miss a class live stream. So that is how we can say that there. AEW, yes, you got that right. That's what I watched on Sunday. Sorry, I accidentally typed a text and he was yelling at my sister. God. Hmm. You're yelling at your sister to die. I don't know what to tell you there. Boy, that's some nasty arguments you have there, Jess. What do I tell? What can I say? First day and we're already. Hey, look. First day of class. You already wish death on the math professor. Man, that's gotta be an all-time record. 30 minutes in. 30 minutes in, you're like, you suck. Like, all right. I did a great job, everybody. She has bad breath. Oh dear. Oh dear. Man, 30 minutes is an all-time record. Shoot. Man, I thought it was like, man, you're already weird. Like, yep, I made it. I made it to the promised land. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Khadija, that's what I was watching on Sunday is like A&W Double or Nothing. That's what I was watching. So watch me some pay-per-view. Heck yeah. Um all right. Death breath sounds better. Steven, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Oh my goodness. All right, let's talk about what this course is about. All right, so you can read about the topics we're going to be covering here. Talk about, of course, algebra, graphs, functions, all stuff. Full stadiums are finally back. Yes, I agree with that. I'm so glad that wrestling is back with full stadiums. I can't even deny. You know what you should have, Jess? You should have like a desk drawer next to you, full of like Tic Tacs or Mintias, and you could just like take that out and chuck it at your sister. Be like, I can smell you from like 10 feet away. Go take your breath somewhere else, and take the toothbrush with you, and just like you throw it right at them. Like, go get out of here. Oh my goodness. It's also 101. We're already there. We're 35 minutes in. We're 35 minutes in. We already made it. Good Lord. Oh, this is gonna be a fun, this is gonna be a fun semester. Let me tell you. I'll try it. That's why Costco is. That's why Costco is amazing. You can bulk buy those mints and just make sure you have it as fodder against your siblings. Perfect. All right. Now that I've taught you real things today, All right, so I'll let you read over the outcomes and topics here. But let's talk about the grading. Let's talk about what that's going to be. What's that's going to be about. All right. So all the homework here is going to be online, posted on my math lab. Every homework assignment or section is going to be worth 5 points and we do the day of the corresponding test. Now, I'm actually going to change that policy here just in a second. I'm going to talk when I talk about that here about what my math lab here. Some of you used my math lab before in the past. Some of you have not, but that's okay. We're going to expand upon that here and talk about how that's going to work. Um, Now, the points for my math lab is not listed as above. Now, so the homework score will be scaled to match a 5 point per assignment format for each section. All right, so late homework won't be accepted. Homework is worth a total of 160 points. Now, the way this is going to work here is simple. Okay, essentially, what do I mean by scale to a 5 point per assignment? Well, let's say one section could be 10 questions, one section could be 15 questions. Essentially, if you get 50% of, like, say, of the 15 questions right, I'm going to give you 2.5 points for that assignment. Okay, I'm going to give you 2.5 points for the for the first assignment. So if you get, like, again, what you see is what you get. So if you do 80% of the assignment correct, I'm going to give you 80% of 5 points, which is 4 points. Okay, so it's not an all or nothing thing. You're not going to get 0 or 5 if you don't finish. Okay, you get right what you get right, and then that's the amount of points that you get per assignment. That's very fair. It's very easy. It's very simple. All right. So everything will be scaled to match a 5 point per assignment, and then will be pretty appropriate in that regard. Now I'm going to expand upon how my math lab works. If you've never used my math lab before in the past, I think you'll be at least pleasantly surprised about how it will work. Now, as for being due the day of the corresponding test, as you can see here, we have 5 exams here in class. Now, I've set it apart here as 5 exams, and I was kind of debating here. Full disclosure here, I was debating whether to make it 3 exams or 5 exams. I decided to make it 5 exams, and the reason why I made it 5 exams is to spread out the material here through the exams to make it a little bit easier for you to do, so it doesn't have to be, like, very overwhelming. Some chapters are very heavy with material, and I'm like, you know what? If this was a 16-week course, I would do it this way with 5 sections. I said I should probably do this here with an 8-week course because everything's more condensed, but at least keep it significantly easier where you're not overwhelmed with the amount of information on one test. And so I'm not going to be taking it out on you, in a very harsh manner. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of that. I think math is already hard enough as it is. You know, do I want to become famous? Oh, do I want to become famous? Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you're already famous because you just got banned. Congratulations. All right, so um, there you go. That guy become famous. Quite amazing. Um, I love you, bots. You're the best. All right. Anyway, um, so I wanted to make it easier on you when it comes to the tests. Uh, I wanted to make it more digestible in terms of the material. I didn't want it to feel like you were overwhelmed. Okay. Um, oh my God, I'm only 40 minutes into the. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Josie. I appreciate that. um, so I want to be sure that things were more piecemeal when it came to the tests. Okay, they're still worth 100 points each, but they're going to be done in a certain format. I already know what kind of format I would like it in. Once we reach that threshold about once we finish chapter 2, um, I'm going to talk about the test here. We're going to talk about all the tests pretty much at the same time here to kind of make sure that that's a 8-week format. Yeah, if I gave it, look, math is hard. This class can be hard if it wants to be hard because of the amount of material. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I've taught this class many times. It's a pain in the s. Okay, if I threw, like, all the information all at once and say, hey, you got to do this for a test, do this, like, 70 question test, and you're like, and then you'd be like, how many people do I have to slap, while I'm trying to take this exam, and then you hate, and then you realize that you're staring yourself in the mirror. It's like there's only one person to slap because I can't really reach through the monitor. Like, okay, I get it. I've been there, I've been done that. I'd rather not have you feel that way. We should be enjoying the summer. We should not be, like, trying to strangle people. That would be great. I would like to lower the murder rate in some way, shape, or form. Let's do that. Crime rates are lower in this class maybe compared to others. That's a good thing. um, all right. So, as for the homework assignments here, now I am going to state this right away. All right. So, for the homework assignments here, all the homework here is not going to be due necessarily the day of the corresponding test. This is an 8-week course, so things go by rather quick. Instead, what I'm going to do here, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have all the homework due at the very end of the semester. So, all homework is due at the end of the semester, which is July 29th. Okay. Essentially, all the homework has been already posted. Okay, so all the homework is posted. It is ready to go. All right. So I'm be like, hey, here it is. Here's the homework assignments, and I'll show you how to get to the homework assignments and whatnot. I'll show you how that's going to work out. But all the homework I'm going to make due at the end of the 8 weeks here. Now, one thing I don't recommend is basically try to do all this stuff at the last minute. It's going to be you're going to hurt. It's going to hurt really bad if you decided to go master procrastinator. All right, we've all done master procrastination, all right? It's not fun when things don't work out the way you want cuz you wait until the very last minute. So you want to get complacent, I'd be like, "Okay, you take the consequences that go with being complacent and being, trying to hand in the master procrastinator ticket. I've been there too. I know how that feels. It's not good when you get down to it, okay? Trust me, I know. Okay, I really do know. I really do know. I know how that feels. Okay, we're gonna talk about more about my math lab here in momentarily. All right. Um, midterm date is going to be the second. So basically, work at your own pace. Yes, yes, that is correct. Yes, that is correct, Light. You do work at your own pace. In this class here, let me no, I'll expand on that in just a second. I'll expand on that in just a second. Midterm date here is the second. The last day to withdraw with the W is the 11th of July. Okay, so that'll be good to go. We'll be live streaming here through Twitch on 12 to 2 o'clock here, 1:50 on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Once you register, you can follow my stream. And as I mentioned here before, after 24 hours of the initial live stream, we'll live updated to my channel on YouTube. So if you want to subscribe to that, go ahead and subscribe to that. Um, and then you can you can see new videos that are posted on there. Um, you can ask for help on discussion boards. Again, I don't highly recommend using discussion boards for help. Just email me or just contact me via Discord here. Now, speaking about Discord, if you don't know what Discord is a free app that you can put on your phone, or you can put on your PC, or you can put on your Mac. It doesn't really matter. Here is my Discord. All right, it has a lot of people on it. It's pretty great. All right. Um, One thing that I do maybe for group activities or things like that. So I'm gonna put my Discord here. If you click on that link here through the chat, you can go ahead and get an immediate invite to my Discord. Just click on accept, and you will come into this list here. You'll see that you're online. All right, and yeah, it'll be easier for you to contact me um, through Discord. Even it's easier than email. That's how easy it is. So if you want to, ask me questions and say, you know what, I can't see your screen on your side, you can send me screenshots through this, and we could talk about stuff and everything. So, um, I find it for a lot of people be like, hey, such and such thing. We could do private calls, we can do messages, we can do just general chat. A lot of people like to have a lot of fun here on Discord. So, definitely highly recommend that everybody go ahead and do so. Um, just click on that link there in the chat, and you will be immediately added to the list here right away. So um, I recommend that for all the students in here, so it's easier for you to go ahead and connect with me. All right. Most of the time, again, from 2 to 6, I'm going to be available for you online here through those office hours. Or, if you need to send me some private chat or whatever, feel free to do so. That's perfectly fine as well. We can certainly discuss things through chat or through text or whatever you want. So, things like that can be fairly helpful. So again, for those of you who are watching right now, please go ahead and click on that Discord there. That is a static invite now. Now that I don't have to change that anymore, figured out how to do that. So we talk about a lot of crazy things here on on the Discord. So at times, but yeah, it's all good. We're all friends here, so no problem, everybody. All right, so okay, if you don't have Discord here, again, you can download Discord through your phone, through the Google Play Store. You can download it on your PC. You can download it through the Apple Store. It's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. Okay, so it is free. It doesn't require a lot of resources. And yeah, welcome to my Discord channel. 100%. Um, all right, very good. Does anybody have any questions so far? Any questions? Any questions so far? No? Hopefully everybody's finding it pretty easy so far. So yeah. All right, we're good so far. Okay, good, good, good. Nope. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and move on here. Nobody has any questions. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's talk about attendance here. Now, again, I don't have an attendance policy here per se. Now, the way it works here, it works like this. All right. I'm gonna put up a poll here on the thing. So let's put up a poll here. All right. We'll make a new poll. Are I'm gonna put up a simple poll here, and it'll appear right up above the chat here. All right. It'll be for 1 minute, straight up a 1 minute poll. All right. So, are you an adult? Yes or no? It's a very simple poll. Are you an adult? Yes or no? You can click on either yes or you can click no. Okay, it's very simple. All right. All you have to do is click yes or no. This is like the easiest, easiest question. Easiest question known to man. Are you an adult? Yes or no? Wow. Wow, these results are quite fascinating, I must say. And by the way, I don't mean like, you know, age doesn't matter. If you consider yourself an adult, that's perfectly fine. That's what we're aiming for here with this question. So age has no influence over this question here. Okay. So 18 of you said yes, and one person, because there's always the one person says no. For the person who said no, I don't want to have to send you to your room. Shame on you, and you have made life choices that have made me sad. No, no, no. I will consider you an adult as well, regardless. I know we're on the troll patrol here. He-Man's like, oh, we have a child among us. You are the imposter. Limit. Thank you for the follow. Now, at the end of the day, if all of you consider yourself an adult, wonderful. Okay. At the end of the day, since you are all adults here in class, you are all responsible for yourselves here in class. Okay. Responsibility. Okay. That's very important. Okay. Very, very important. This is why I prefer a self-paced class. Now, math is tough. It's tough to deal with deadlines here in math because some people will learn faster than others. Some people will learn slower than others. That's perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with that because as long as you're learning the material appropriately, then that's perfectly cool. I don't have a big issue with that at all. All right, so when you're trying to do it at your own pace, that's perfectly fine. What isn't fine is if you decide not to do anything, but that's a responsibility that you'll have to take upon yourself. Okay, so again, I will meet you halfway. I'll be more than happy to reach out my hand and says, you know what, Professor Chibs, I need your help about with this topic so I can start understanding it and I can start getting it right on the questions for on the homework and on the test and stuff like that. I said, that's perfectly fine. I'll be more than happy to help you because at the end of the day, if you're an adult, remember what this class is for. This class is not only just for learning stuff here within the realm of mathematics. Okay, this class is a stepping stone for you to do more later on in life. Remember, you get the credits for this class, it's going to be working toward your major, which is working toward your degree, which is working toward a possible job you're going to be having in the future, which is working toward making more money in the future because you have a piece of paper that says you have a degree in that major. Yes. Okay. So I don't forget exactly what this class is exactly here for at the end of the day. Of all of your adults, I want you to take responsibility of that. Remember, the only person that you'll disappoint if you don't do the work, it isn't me. Okay. I won't be disappointed if you don't do the work because you're an adult. Because the responsibility is on yourself. You'll be disappointing yourself at the end of the day if you decide not to do the work and put in the time and effort. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to disappoint yourself. Okay. You won't be disappointing me because you made the choice for yourself. You are an adult. You decided, I want to be an adult. I'm going to treat you like an adult. At the end of the day, regardless, we are equals here in this classroom. Okay. I may be a professor based on a title, but a professor is just a title. Okay? It doesn't mean anything because it's just a title. As far as we are concerned, we're on the same equal plane length. Okay. We're on the equal here. All right. Whether I'm a facilitator of information. Okay, so I'm here and you're here. We're on the same equal wavelength. I'm not up here saying that you're lower ends. Okay, I want to step on you. You should all die. Like that doesn't make any sense. All right, that makes absolutely no sense. All right, so like no, we're on equal plane length. Okay, so you talk to me about whatever, that's perfectly fine. We're equals here because we're all adults here. I just want to be sure that I put you in the best situation for you to succeed, and I want to be sure that you put yourself in a situation that you're going to succeed as well. Okay, so we're all adults here. That's what I consider you as, and that's what I would like you to be, throughout these next 8 weeks. All right, you put in the time, you put in the money. Let's not forget, you put in the money. I don't want you to have to waste time and money in this class. Okay, I don't want you to waste time and money. I want you to put in forth your best effort. Remember, this is not an investment for me. This is not an investment for math. This is an investment in yourself. And you're already playing against a stacked deck. Okay? I may get in more into that later on in the semester, but you have a stacked deck against you already. So understand that I want you to invest in yourself and I want you to succeed in this class. And being an adult means that you take responsibility for yourself and you do the things that are necessary to put yourself in a position of more success. That is what I want you to do. Okay. That is why I asked that question because I want people to understand. I'm going to treat you exactly like you want to be treated because that's the golden rule. I would treat others the way you want to be treated. I want to treat you with respect. I treat you with respect. That's what your expectation is. I hope to earn the respect over the course of the semester. I hope to earn the respect from you over the course of the semester. And I will treat you with that same respect, 100%. Okay. So do understand, I'm not here to be your enemy. I'm definitely not here to be your enemy. I'm not sitting up here against you and saying, yeah, I want to make you fail. Like, I'm not here, rubbing my hands and be like, yeah, let me be evil 24/7. Like, I don't want to do that. That's just a waste of time. That takes actually more energy. All right, that takes more energy than it is to actually encourage you to be better. Okay, encouragement takes less energy than really thinking of schemes and making your life completely miserable. Oh, you say hydrate. Yeah, I'll hydrate, absolutely. There we go. Why are there 15 no's in chat? Because I asked if they had any questions. That's why. That's why, Aiken. That's why. And they said no. They just asked me to move on. Just one of those rules in chat that we have here in class, my dude. How you been, by the way? I hope you're doing well. Yes, Jess, absolutely, 100%. Al Khadija wants me to hydrate. Okay, hang on. Wait a bit here. All right, there we go. Get some tea in me. Get some more caffeine. Heck yeah. Let's do this. um, we are all adults, yes. Just finished my math final? Oh, wonderful. Good, good. I hope you did well, Lakin. I hope you did well. English man, any tips for algebra having a really tough time? Okay. Now, one of the things that I will mention here in this class, if we're having a tough time with algebra in general, there's a lot of topics here in algebra. Okay, a lot of stuff kind of mishmashed together. But one of the things that really helped me with algebra when I was learning, um, and believe me, ladies and gentlemen, I was not good in math, okay? Not for a long time, okay? Um, one of the things about algebra is knowing one word. One word in algebra that can make things a lot easier is the word balance. Balance is probably one of the biggest key words here in algebra. If you want to make things a little bit easier, a lot of topics here in algebra that we'll be discovering here, Englishman, always come down to the word of balance. At the end of the day, you're playing a zero sum game. You're moving stuff over to the other side. You're doing some manipulations here, but at the end of the day, you're not adding or subtracting by anything that change that you're just kind of manipulating the equation, but you're not physically changing everything into something completely different. Essentially, you're playing a zero sum game. And there's a lot of ways of which to do that here in math, a lot of different ways. But balance really kind of, you know, is a good summary of a lot of different things. Um, this class is lit. It's very good. I haven't taken a math class. Yeah, you know what? Math can be a pain. That's true. But I always think about it as a balance. It's always balance. It's always like, hey, do I have to move things to the other side to solve for X? Do I got to, what do I got to do this, that? And like I said, there's many steps to sometimes get there. But at the end of the day, that's essentially what you're doing in a lot of those topics. And um, I would highly recommend, one of the things I highly recommend is to write out steps. Sometimes you're trying to do three things at the same time, Englishman, and you're like, you know what, this is too confusing for my brain. I can't do three things at the same time in my head. I can't. Okay. For me, I can't either. Okay. I can't do three things at the same time in my head. It's really, really hard. Okay. So what I do is I just go one step at a time because I just feel I can process that a lot easier if I, digest it in my brain. I can do it a lot easier with steps as opposed to try and doing it like like saying this, and then hopefully they all mesh together to the same to get me the right result. The moment you start to guess on a problem is the moment you start to lose in a math problem, and usually things don't go the way you want. So to avoid those, I go step by step, and if I made a mistake, and mistakes can happen, you're not going to be perfect in math, and I'm not expecting 100%. What I'm expecting is that if you made a mistake, how do you make sure you go back, see what that mistake is, and then you can be more consistent as part of the process. That's how you can be successful here into doing a better in algebra or in general any math class is really just trying to get down that set of consistency. And again, sometimes the way to do that is you have to spend a little bit more time to do that. Sometimes you have to spend a little bit less. Sometimes you have to spend a little more time to do that. Put in a little more time and effort. And the more you get more consistent in that, the better you're going to be at the end of the day. It's as simple as that. It doesn't require rocket science, I promise you that. But that's why pace is so important. That's why pace is so important. Okay, you take it at your own pace. Even what you're going to see here today in my first lessons, I'm going to break things down into steps because that's the way I learned it. I learned it that way because I found it to be significantly easier. I didn't have to like guess. I didn't want to guess anymore. I used to be one of those people who used to guess. I used to be fail math classes, okay? Mind you, I didn't come from an upbringing where math was inevitably, the easiest thing since sliced bread. It wasn't. And it still isn't. No, just because I understand math and can teach math doesn't mean it makes it easy. So that's why I'm not going to speak from a position and be like, oh my God, I was the best thing ever. Like, no, of course I wasn't, okay? Look, I'm a guy that almost failed out of college, okay? I'm not even joking, all right? I know it's like even on the first day of class, it's tough to even say, but hey, you know what? I have to acknowledge that. I have to acknowledge that, and I have to acknowledge what were my failures, what were my shortcomings. How do I make sure that you don't fall in the same traps that I did? How do I make sure about that? Oh. I know how it feels to be on the very bottom of the barrel. I know how it feels to struggle. I know how it feels to procrastinate until the last second. I know all those feelings. Okay, I know them because I've done them. Okay, I've done everything under the sun and what students should not do. What people should not do as being a student. Okay, I've never gotten straight A's in my life. Okay, trust me. I'm not gonna tell you. let's get one stereotype out of the way. I may be brown, but it don't mean that I know everything about science. That's not how it works. Forget the stereotype. Throw it away. There were a lot of choices I made that just basically would say, "You're dumb as hell. Why the heck were you doing this?" I ain't gonna lie. It's true. It's true. 100%. 100%. Oh goodness. Okay. All right. Let me keep going here. That's why, look, that's why I'm not expecting 100% from you guys, okay? I want you to put forth the best effort that you can, but it doesn't mean you have to put in like perfection here. I don't expect perfection. All I expect is the expectation I have at the end of the day for everyone. It doesn't matter. I have the same expectation. I have the same goal here for every single class that I teach. I have the same goal. The same goal is if you walk out of this class next month at the end of July, if you walk out of this class knowing just a little bit more than what you walked in with, then I did my job. That is what I have the expectation. And that doesn't have to be like leaps and bounds. That could be like moving the needle a tenth of a percent or even less. But as long as it moved the needle in a positive direction, then I did my job. Because now you know just a little bit more. You know just a little bit more. And if you know just a little bit more, okay, that makes you that much more powerful. Remember, knowledge is power for a reason. Because the more you know, the more you understand about what's going on around you. Last thing you want to feel is if you feel left out. I heard you have group tests. Is that true? Um, I don't have group tests because everything is online. The tests will be online as well. So there won't be group tests per se, but um, I can say that the tests there you will have a ability to practice the tests before taking the real one. So there'll be practice tests if that will say that. Now, if we were doing face to face, depending on how I felt, I did used to have group tests back in the day when we had face to face stuff. But this is all online, so this is what we got. So pandemics have come through. So I hope many of you have hopefully gotten vaccinated or something to that effect. In any case, I'm the goat. I appreciate that. Yeah, my husband lied. Well, this is not face to face. Again, this is more like you'll get a chance to practice those. I will put up practice tests in order to give yourself a chance to try some of those problems so you can work through them before you take the real test there. Yeah, just vaccinated, excellent, wonderful. I got vaccinated like 3 months ago, so I'm good to go. Good to go. Your husband lied. Well, if your husband lied, make sure to punch him in the arm. Okay. Um, I don't promote violence, ladies and gentlemen. It's a light tap. Okay, love tap, in the arm, and then just have him buy you chocolates. Just as a forgive me sort of thing. Then that's fine. So should be should be good to go. I got it was like some people got Pfizer. I got Moderna. I got the Moderna one. I got it a while ago because I went up to Milwaukee and got mine. So some people with the Pfizer. I know a few people got the Johnson and Johnson stuff. Hey, look, what I'm happy about is if you got vaccinations, I'm glad you're feeling okay. I know that the effects of the vaccinations vary person to person. I know I was out all weekend after the second shot. Oof, that was a rough one. But once I got through it, felt great after that. Um, okay. Next thing I need to talk about here is the final exam. And the final exam here is going to be worth 200 points. That will be due the final day of the class here, which is also Thursday, July 29th. So that'll be worth 200 points. It'll be worth 2 tests as well. Got the Moderna one too. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. All right, so we have other things here. We talked about attendance here, behavioral expectations. Just behave. Yeah. Do you know when ECC is supposed to be fully reopened? I can't answer that yet. Even in emails that I've seen here, Fritz, ECC will be doing hybrid classes in the fall, and then we'll reassess. The see if they go fully reopened in next spring. So I don't know when they'll make that decision, Fritz. It'll probably be in August or September when they do decide to start making up the schedule there for the spring semester next year, if they decide to fully reopen. But they've been playing cautious for quite a while now. So if it doesn't get open by next spring, then maybe by next summer or the following fall of 2022 is when maybe it'll possibly fully reopen. But they're kind of it's been a slow roll here, and a lot of other community colleges have taken that same approach, as kind of taking that cautious approach. So, uh, when we get back to full face-to-face classes, I'm not entirely sure. I'm hoping that we do at some point because I like face-to-face classes. Trust me, I like doing this online thing. It's great. I like face-to-face classes. That's great. Uh, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure here. It really is an assessment semester to semester. Johnson Johnson yet. J&J got I think the AstraZeneca got recalled. I think that was the one. Um, academic integrity, don't cheat, and we also have a course outline here. I'm gonna go off and show off this course outline. What we're gonna be doing here for the next 8 weeks. We're just going to be going through each chapter here, chapters 1 through 8. I broke it down the test about each test here. Test 1 is chapters 1 and 2. Test 2 will be chapter 3. Test 3 will be over chapter 4. Test 4 will be chapters 5 and 6. And test 5 will be chapters 7 and 8. So you'll know exactly what each test will cover in terms of the chapters. And I'll be making the test here. As we get to about that test time here for this first test, for test number 1, we're going to talk about exactly what my expectations are, what the rules are for the test, and whatnot, and that'll be applicable for pretty much every other test that you see here. I'll be this is kind of like a me problem that I'm going to have to make up these tests here ahead of time, so everything is on the up and up. There is online tutoring here. I don't know what it is for the summertime, but this is more applicable for the fall and springtime. So go ahead and you can call ECC and see what the story is about that. Disability accommodation. If you have disability accommodations of any variety, please bring that to my attention. I'll be more than happy to adjust my any accommodations you have for your disabilities of any kind. I'm super easy to work with. So no, no. Oh no, it's a fair thing to ask because it's that does affect possible plans for a lot of people. So definitely a good question there, Fritz. Um, so please bring it to my attention if you do have disabilities of any kind. I'll be happy to work with you. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay. Next. Talk about next. Next is my math lab info. Again, this can be found on D2L as well. You will need a course ID number here for this class. So again, the course ID here is going to be Malik 8999974. That's going to be the course ID. Remember, you will need to purchase the access code to go along with that. Is the final cumulative? And do you have any advice about how we can begin to provide a final early on for less stress? That's a fair question. So the final is cumulative. Yes, that will cover all the chapters there. Um, basically, to prepare for the final exam, the best way to do this is, and I will give you a full disclosure here, Lysa, I will say that all the tests combined, all 5 tests will combine into one final exam, and then I'm going to pick and choose similar questions that what you saw in those 5 tests to make the final exam. So if you try like the practice test for each of the 5 tests, that will basically cover all the questions for the final, and I'll pick from those pool of questions. That is exactly how I'm going to basically make up the final exam. So give you full disclosure about how I'm going to do it. Obviously, I haven't made up the exams yet here, but that is exactly how I'm going to set it up. So um, I like to be transparent as possible, so people know what expectations to have. So it's not a dumb question. It is a perfectly valid question. Absolutely. Um, again, if you've never used my math lab before, you can follow these directions here. This price may be off. It may not be $75. Probably more. Usually changes semester to semester or whatever. Are the practice tests still going to be open after you take the test date? Yes. Yes, that's correct, Blink. Yes, absolutely. So if you want to practice with them more, you get it's like unlimited time, unlimited tries. You know, they'll have all the list of questions there. Yeah, practice test will be open all semester. Like I said, I still have to make those up. That's the thing I'll have to do this week actually, is make up all those tests. But once once all those things have been put together, I'll be good to go. So probably by the end of the week, I'll have all of those on my math lab. So I just need to make that up. That's all. So that's a me problem. That's a future me thing that I have to do. Okay. Now I want to show off my math lab here. Let me show off my math lab. Oh, my math. So this is what the actually. So this is what the site looks like. Okay. Uh, do I drop any test scores? No. I do not drop any test scores. So be sure to do all the tests so you get the maximum amount of points. So I don't drop any test scores. No. And just make sure to plot through the test here. But like I said, I'll be making an announcement here more about the test here a little bit later on. Maybe next week, I'm going to be talking about the tests here. So there's a little bit more info I'm going to need. But before I give you that information, I need to make up the tests first so I have everything finalized. Like I know what I want to do, but I want to be sure that the details are exactly correct before I actually give you those because I don't want to like tell you, "Oh, this was what you told me last week, but now you suddenly change it." Like I don't want to do that. So I want to give you the exact details. I want to be sure that everything is made up appropriately before I do that. So I want to, before I tell you anything else. So a little bit more details regarding the exams will be given to you either later this week, but more than likely probably next week. Yeah. So I have a plan in mind. It's just a matter of let me go ahead and enact that plan and then give you all the details once I have it set up the way that I want to. And it won't negatively affect you in any way. It's just me trying to make it easier for you guys without feeling without feeling overwhelmed. But I want to be sure that it's set up properly that way before I do anything, so you don't like completely hate me. So thank you, Jess. Appreciate that. Um, now emails want me to hydrate. That's fine. Again, you could sign in here. If you sign in here, you'll get to the sign in page here. So this is the sign-in page. Let me hydrate for you, man. So much hydration, so little time. So technically, I'm not really hydrating. Technically, I'm drinking tea, and tea and coffee are like dehydrators. They don't hydrate you, actually. it's kind of like it's kind of like hmm. So let me sign in here. So if you sign in, it's crucial. All right, so here was the e-text. But if you sign in, you can get to the main page here. I'll go to my courses here for just a moment. So, go again. All right, hang on a sec. Okay, hang on. Let me sign in again. The T on the T. hang on a sec. Let me sign in again. Why does this not want to sign in? Get to the main page here. Just a second. There we go. Okay, so you're going to get to this page here, all right, which is going to say Math 112 Summer 2021. This is the one thing that you want to do here. Again, if you get temporary access here, some of you may not have the money for the access code here yet. Temporary access does not count as proper credit toward your grade here if you try the homework and stuff. So you do have to pay for the access here. Make sure you pay for the access code. Otherwise, it's going to drop all your grades here after the access period is done, and then it won't count. So again, that is something to keep in mind here as you move along. Okay, so be sure to buy the access code once you're available to do so. Now, if you get to this page here, I'm going to talk about here my math lab. So again, if you haven't used my math lab here, then this is a good time to kind of hopefully pay attention here. So if you want to find the homework here, you click on homework, and here we're going to get a list of all the all the sections here. Okay, I'm going to need to change these due dates here, but if you click on a section, all right, here you're going to have a list of questions. And with these list of questions here, here's the way it works. So you click on a question, and it's going to give you some of them could have multiple parts and whatnot, so that's perfectly fine. Now the way it works is that you get unlimited attempts per question. Now what do I mean by unlimited attempts? Now the way my math lab works is, let's say for example here, I guessed the wrong thing. Okay, let's say I got it wrong. Okay, so I know this isn't the answer here for this question, but I get it wrong. It's going to tell me it's incorrect. Check it again, and it says, okay, it's incorrect. You get 3 attempts per problem. Okay, you get 3 attempts per problem. So if I do a final check here, it's going to tell me I'm wrong. Here's the answer. Whatever. It doesn't matter to me right now. Now, if I hit OK, what you're going to see here is it may go off to the next part here, and you can get it wrong another 3 times, and wrong 3 times. All right. Now, what it says here, it says similar question. Or again, if I click out of this, you'll see similar question also appear here at the bottom. If you hit similar question, it could change the graph. It just changes the numbers. It changes the graph here, but it's pretty much the same question, just with different numbers or a different graph. And then you get another chance. You get another 3 attempts here to get it right, and you'll get full credit for that particular question. Okay, so I'm just going to point it out here. That's what I mean by unlimited chances per question. Okay, that's essentially how it's going to work here for all the homework questions here in class. Now, for the test questions, that's going to be slightly a bit different. Like I said, I'll give you more details here next week in regards to the test and how that's going to work. Um, I'll be referencing that here next week once I have all the details finalized. But I want to talk at least about the homework here um, just for now. Now, what I have at my disposal here is, of course, I have an assignment manager. This is how I can adjust due dates and whatever. So let me change. Actually, I do this right now. Let me adjust the due dates for all this because it's set to the wrong due date for whatever reason. So I copied it off of different. So go. And let's update the changes here. All right. So now that's set for the 29th. That should be more reflective of our course, which should end on the 29th. No problemo. Okay, and so again, as you see here, things pretty much pretty straightforward here without too much trouble. It is what it is. And again, you also here, if I let me go back to the main menu here for just a second. If you want to kind of follow along about what I'm doing here on stream, you see over here we have an e-text, okay? And we have e-text here. You can view the electronic text here for the course by clicking on the link, and then it'll take you immediately to the electronic version of the textbook. Okay, and you can reference any page from the textbook here. It may take a couple of tries because my math lab is notoriously finicky, but hopefully it takes just the one try. And I say I want to go to page, 177 or something like that. It'll take me to page 177 in the book, and you can go ahead and view whatever you want to view there. Pretty simple, pretty easy to do. Okay. So no problems about how that goes. Now, one other thing that people get confused about here, and I will point that out here, is about the. Let me go back to the course home here. It's about the percentage that it gives you here. Sometimes it gives you an overall percentage. Now, the overall percentage here is basically based on all the sections that you have opened in the course. So if you haven't opened up every single homework assignment, if you haven't like clicked on the link and then hit back or something like that, then those aren't included as part of your calculations. Meaning to say, if you got 100% on the first assignment but didn't try any of the other assignments, never opened them or anything like that, it'll say your overall class average is 100% for homework, which is incorrect because you haven't done or tried or opened any of the other assignments. You just got 100% on that first assignment. My math lab is really weird about calculating that stuff out, but I want to be upfront about how that is because it lulls you into a false sense of security. So if you want to know what your real percentage on the homework is, try just click on the link for every assignment, open it up, click on a problem, click out of it, and then do that, save it, and then click on, do that for every assignment, and that'll give you a more accurate reflection of what the percentage is at the end of the day. Okay, I'll be also posting tests here underneath quizzes and tests, as I'll talk about here next week. That'll be once I have that finalized, I will let you know. All right. Are there any questions about my math lab or anything in general here so far? Hopefully, I've been and listen to me ramble on for like an hour. I'm so sorry. All I heard you was blah 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 blah. Like, okay, that's fine. um, okay. Now that everybody's got a good understanding here about my math lab and whatnot, you really like my math lab? Good. The most entertaining math class. Oh, that's good. Glad you like it. So far, so bueno. So I guess day one. So far, so bueno. All right. Now, the next thing I want to kind of show off here is I want to show off the handouts. Okay. It's better to ramble than be boring like Emily. Wow. Oh dear. Hmm. All right, so the next thing I want to show off here are the handouts. Now, the handouts that you will have on D2L are not going to be filled out like they are here on my screen, okay? I'm going to fill those out because I'm going to go through those carefully one at a time. Okay, so there's a bunch of questions on each handout. Each handout that you will download here, you will get access to will be blank. And then as we go through things carefully, we're going to fill in those gaps here. I prepare these ahead of time for myself, so that way we can get through the questions here and it's easier to read. My handwriting is notoriously terrible. So I was like, okay, let me type those out before. But again, the ones that are on the handouts here are blank. Okay, they're completely blank. All right. Again, I have these filled out here so that way you can follow along and we go through that together. There's also things at the bottom of the handouts here that say do problems here. You don't have to do these problems. These are strictly optional. Okay, these are for supplemental cases, so these are optional only. These don't count for anything. All right, so just kind of you can ignore these, but again, if you want to try some problems on your own and you want to say, hey, maybe my math lab's not cutting it for you, you want to check something out in the e-text, well, I have references about where you can find that in the e-text, and that shouldn't be a problem here. You can try some of those odd problems there and then reference the back of the book and find your answers or whatever. So that's perfectly fine. Okay, so I do want to just point out that these are optional. Don't actually, these are not requirements to do online stuff here. All right. Um, as an online tutor, future educator, this is one of the most engaging lectures. That's cool. Hey, I respect future teachers. Let me tell you. Let me tell you this. That's why I do college because I could talk to you directly. I don't have to talk through the medium of parents or all that stuff. I'm like, look, we're adults here. We can talk about things. We can get things done. Let's do it. let's get it done. That's what it's about. Um, already we've all been through those classes where it put us to sleep. I literally slept in classes before, so um, I'm like, yeah, through those days where I'm nodding off and like, trust me, even there's those days, or regardless if it's me or anyone else, it's just how it is. Um, okay. Um, All right, so this is basically how we're going to be taking these lectures here. We're going to be doing typically like 2 sections a day. As we go for 2 hours, we try to spend a little bit more time. It just depends on the material. If the material is short, then we'll maybe go through 3 sections a day. But the goal is to go through 2 sections a day, um, and do some examples and whatnot. If we don't get through everything in one day, then we just continue where we left off and we keep moving forward. It's as simple as that. Okay. All you have to do is either print out the handouts or at least have it online in front of you, and you can go ahead and write it down on a piece of paper or whatnot. Again, I know that seems a little silly why I wouldn't include these. I actually make these up like the day before or the day of. All right, I kind of think things through here. Actually, to make a lecture here, it's like all of like 3 to 5 minutes in my head. But the rest of the time I wing it, so I ain't gonna lie. Most of the time I just wing the lectures because the reason why I wing lectures as opposed to like just going through like bep, 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 is because of the fact that everybody's different, every class is different. So because every class is different, then everybody's different about how they approach math. So if I just do it the same way every single time, I sound like a monotonous, like I just sound monotone, and that's really boring. I can't do classes that are boring. Okay, I think we've all been through enough classes that are boring as hell, and yeah, that makes us very sad pandas. So rather than going through that, let's you know, things that are more enjoyable. um, all right. So there is that. Now, I do have one more poll question for you here. Now, obviously, this won't apply here for today, but so this is more of a class democracy here. Um, So this won't apply for today because a lot of the things we talk about were the syllabus and whatnot. So certainly applicable. But I want to put break or no. Do you want to take a break in the middle of class, like just kind of we do one section, then take a break, and then we do another? It's totally up to you. This is 2 hours. If you don't want to listen to ramble for 2 hours, I totally understand. If you do, if you like, cool. You know what? You just go through it one at a time. That's fine. I don't. But I leave the decision up to you, and then I'll follow whatever you guys want. So say, hey, I don't want to. If you guys don't want me to take a break in the middle of usual lectures, then we won't, and we'll just go from one section to another. So that's essentially what this question kind of asks. The poll is at the top of the chat, Josie. Okay, so it looks like we have 9 people that said no, and 1 person who said yes. Okay, so uh, should I do another poll or no? Uh, did everybody get the poll or no? Josie says she didn't get the poll, so got it? Okay. Yes, I should do another poll. Okay, let me do that again. Okay, let me do it one more. Let's do it one more time to be fair. To be fair, let's do it. Let's do it one more time. Let's do it one more time. Okay, so that way I'll put it on for 2 minutes then. I'll put it on for 2 minutes and then I'll be a little bit more precise about my question this time. Okay. All right, there we go. Put it on for 2 minutes this time. So your Wi-Fi, okay, that's fine. Live kept free. That's fair. That's fair. I'll put it on for 2 minutes. So hopefully, if things are slow, live kept freezing, then hopefully this will clear up stuff. So let's see. and purely democratic about how you want to do things. So I will listen to the majority, and I will roll with whatever the majority says. So that's how we do things in this course. So I think more people are getting it, so that's good. But yeah, that's exactly what the break means. Like I said, I know. Like that's exactly what it means. It's like, hey, you know what? One section could be pretty heavy, and it's like, hey, I need to take 5 minutes. Just be like, hey, I need to decompress. That's exactly what the break is there for. Totally understand. Yeah, that's what this question will cover. So it's like a 5 minute break. If you want to change your mind because of based on that, you could change your mind. It's a pretty close vote here so far. So why not take it by day? Math makes me hungry. Okay, so we have 11 people who voted no, but 7 who voted yes. So day by day sounds nice. Okay. All right, let's see if we can make some agreement when it comes to this. I'm gonna make this a short poll though. So I'll put one poll up here. Day by day, ask either yes or no. Oh, the question was wrong. Well, you guys suggested it, so that's that. You know what? You guys suggested that, and I want to be sure that we're on the same wavelength. So it's not like, you know what? You don't know what you're talking about. Be like, I don't want to go back on my word. You know, I want to be sure this is cool with you guys because, again, it's what you wanted. So, and I'm running out of tea. Shoot. And get it bust out the veggie juice later, man. Okay. All right. So the answer was yes. Okay. So that's what we'll do here from now on. We'll just ask day by day. We'll ask if you guys need a break or not. Take a short poll. Be like, okay, we need a 5-10 minute break because you know what? We need to decompress. We need to do things. Cool. Fine. That's exactly what we'll do. No problem. All right. Glad we came up with that. Perfect. Alrighty. Good stuff. Okay. Before we move on here with the new material, which is the first of this material, again, I don't expect to get us through this material here today, um, all this handout here, but we'll get through some of it here today, at the very least. Are there any questions that anybody has before we go ahead and officially get started? No, thank you. All right. Blinks like, nah, dog. Nah. No, okay. Uh, off topic. Off topic. What kind of tea am I drinking? I am drinking unsweetened bold green tea that I got from Mitsuwa. That's what I'm drinking. That's what I'm drinking here, Jess. So give me some green tea, and yeah, good stuff happens. All right. Yeah, Mitsuwa is the Japanese superstore in Arlington Heights. Yeah, it's a Japanese supermarket in Arlington Heights. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's where I go and eat ramen and stuff. So that's this place. If you've been there, I often go here to go eat ramen and junk. So I'll go shopping for drinks and whatever. So you went there just a week ago. There you go. Yeah, I was just there last week myself. So I need to buy some more drinks. Is what I need to do. So I have drinks on stream and whatever. So makes it easy for me. Place is great. Yeah. Oh, nice. Very good. Very good. I would I guess there is one reason why I go. Well, there's several reasons why I go there. So I guess I could do some introductions about myself a little bit later, but that's fine. So um need to make Jess. Jess, I'm going to make you a mod. There you go, Jess. There you go. All right. Jess, you're a mod. I need to just give me one person a mod for the stream here. So again, just in case if make a mod here for the stream just in case. So I need to monitor. Trust me, I don't want to. Trust me, I be like, you kick people out, like. But sometimes I'm doing stuff, and you obviously need to ban ban people. Though never students. I never ban students. That's the one thing. But in case if not so nice things people say, then easily just in case. All right. In any case, um, we never ban students. That's one of the things we don't. So um, and we don't ban people for silly reasons, only if it's grievous, such as slurs or the like. So things that should not be said on stream or things like that. Okay, so all right, so today, so let's talk about what we're going to be doing here today, for at least the last 25, 30 minutes here of class. All right, so what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be doing sections 1.1 and 1.5. All right, now these are the first yes, that is I will I don't like taking away privileges. You remember, just modding is just all about, just making sure we keep things on the up and up. That's what we got to do. Um so sections 1115 will hopefully be review sections here for things that we're going to be using here throughout the course. A lot of things that we're going to be talking about here in these two sections will be used over and over and over again in many other topics. So we're going to be talking about these topics here, and hopefully through doing these couple of sections before we start the actual full chapter in chapter 2, hopefully it'll shake out a lot of those cobwebs, about from doing algebra from a long time ago. So, I saw earlier, 5 years. He was like, "Hey, it's been 5 years since I last did math." I'd be like, "Okay, that's fair. It's been a while since you last did math. Oh, okay. Let's go over some of the basics here. Let's talk about some of those basics, and let's try and remember exactly what some of those things were in order to in order to kind of work our way up and work our way forward." All right. So let's go ahead and get started here with the new stuff. So let's go over question number one here, and I'm going to go ahead and screen to that's not what I wanted. No. Okay. All right. So let's go talk about number one. How do we plot points? All right. So a lot of things that we'll be doing here in this class will revolve around plotting points, making graphs, doing all those sort of things. Now, on the basic level, We have an x-axis, we have a y-axis, okay? So the way it works is you've seen this probably hundreds of times before. Here's an x-axis. Again, the x-axis is the horizontal axis, and the y-axis is up here is the vertical axis. All right? If we go right, that's a positive x, okay? So you can make little marks here. That'd be four, like 1, 2, 3, 4 units. -1, -2, -3, -4. Like this is 1, this is -1. All right, then you go up and down here. Up would be +1. All right, and down here would be like, say, -1. So here we can see exactly how, plotting points will be. Go again, all points are of the form x comma y. So how many units to the left and right, and how many units up and down. So for example, here we have the point 2 comma 3. So we go 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3 going up. So here's the point 2 comma 3. Simple enough. Okay, another point here, 1 comma 0. So again, 1 comma 0, 1 to the right, and 0 units on the y-axis. Remember, that's entirely plausible. So here's the point 1 comma 0. We also have, say, 0 comma -4. So here's 0 comma -4. I'll put this in red. So here's the point 0 comma -4. All right, no big deal. All right, easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, and you can put any points down here. You can put like here -3 comma, I don't know. Here's a point. So here's -3 comma -1. Sure, why not? All right. So there's another random point. Again, plotting points, fairly easy, but a lot of the things that we're going to be doing, of course, requires us to put stuff as points on a graph. So a lot of these things here will be fairly relevant for what we're going to be doing here in this section and in further sections moving forward. So at least as basic of a concept as it is, and as simple as a concept as it is, a lot of the things that you learn in math here are basically based off of building up these fundamentals. So as long as we understand the fundamentals, then we can start understanding the more advanced things. Otherwise, if you try and do something advanced without knowing the fundamentals, it usually never goes well. That's one thing I know for a fact. Pretty bad. All right. Now, how does this help? Let's take a look at how that can help. Let's take a look at question number 2. And again, if I'm going too fast, if you have questions here, feel free to ask me. While I'm lecturing or whatever. That's perfectly fine. Okay. Um, so how do we graph equations? Okay. So a lot of things that we'll be doing here in this course, we'll be talking about graphing equations. All right. So what's the key to graphing equations? The key to graphing equations is make an XY chart, plot your points, and draw your graph. So let's do an example about what I mean about that. What exactly is like saying, well, what exactly do you mean by making an XY chart? And this is something that I do really, really often, okay, is just make a simple XY chart. And I want to physically see what these points on the graph are going to be. So let's say I take a simple graph, okay, let's just start off with something easy. Let's say I have an equation here of y is equal to 3x minus 2. All right, simple, easy to do, doesn't require a whole lot of work. All right, now what I like to do is make a simple XY chart. Okay, so I put an X here on the left, I'll make a Y here on the right. Okay, easy peasy. And all I want to do is pick numbers where I'm just plop in that number for X and I get some answer back out for Y. It doesn't matter what that number is as long as I can get something back out that I can easily graph. So let's say I pick a number here for X. Let's call it the easiest number known to man. Easiest number known to man is 0. Okay, why? Because 0 only has one answer when you multiply, or doesn't really do much, right? So in this case here, if I plugged in 0 into this equation, what do I get? What do I get if I plug in 0 into this equation? You get here in this case. Okay, -2, right? Okay, that's correct. Excellent. So what you see here on your XY chart is that you have a point on the graph that is at 0, comma -2, right? Okay, so I'm hoping everybody can kind of see that and say, oh, okay, you got 0 comma minus 2. Perfect. All right. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right. And all you have to do from there is just pick other numbers that get you nice answers that'll easily put together the graph. So let's try 1. 1 is a simple number. If I plug it in 1, what do I get? I get 1, right? Okay. All right, good. How about minus 1? Well, if I plug it in minus 1, what do I get? But if I tried minus 1 here for x, okay, okay, good, 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 good. All right, so we got minus 5. Perfect. All right, so we got 3 pretty solid points here. We can put it together on a graph. Well, let's do it. So here I have 0 comma minus 2. So 0 comma minus 2 is down here. 1 comma 1, which is up here. And negative 1 comma minus 5 is down here. And then you can play connect the dots. And there you go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And you got it. All right, so as you can see here, that's why we select values for x to see what you get for y. If x and y are on the same side of the equation, try to get y is equal to something in terms of x before you make your xy chart. Hence the note here in this instance. So y equals 3x squared minus 7. That's what you want. You're going to make a graph just like so. Speaking of that, I want to do one more example for this problem here. Particular reason why. Let me see. Let me see this here. Just a moment. Now let's say you're doing. Let's pick a. Let's just do that. Let's say I have this equation here. All right, so let's say I had 2x squared minus 3, right? So if I plug in minus 1 in there for this equation, by the way. So let's say I'm trying to establish a graph or whatever. Okay, doesn't matter, but let's say I'm establishing a graph. I'm trying to fill in some points. If I plug in minus 1 in to this equation, what do I get for y? Okay. Okay, good. All right. So the answer here is minus 1. Now you're probably wondering, why did I ask a question like that? What was the purpose of me asking a question like that? That seems kind of weird. Now there's a difference here in this question. This is one of those questions that I see that I need to confirm something here. This is dependent on what you do. Because a lot of the times, I want to talk about this here for just a moment. The things that we do in class, a lot of the times you rely on this guy right here, this calculator dude. Okay? This calculator doodad is not necessarily going to give you the right answer every single time. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. And this will give you a good perspective about why I don't always trust the calculator. Okay? So I'll go ahead and bring up the calculator here for just a moment. Now, all of you correct. Minus 1 is definitely the correct answer. But if you're doubting yourself, well, then this is what you need to do. Is now we cover the fundamentals here. So here's the calculator here. Now, if you were to do this problem incorrectly, this is how some people would do it. They would say, well, let's take 2 times minus 1 squared and then minus 3. And then on your calculator, you would see this. You would see -5. This is the incorrect answer. Okay, this is not right. Okay, definitely incorrect. All right. What you should do here is 2 times -1 in parentheses and then square it and then subtract it by 3. And in that case, you do get -1, the correct answer. Okay. Now you're probably saying, whoa, 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 wait a second. Time out. Why are you stressing this? What does it matter? Well, this actually matters a lot in algebra. In fact, this is probably one of the biggest things you can learn in algebra right away. Whether it be college algebra or whether it be simple algebra, even algebra 1, it doesn't matter. One of the key pieces of information just comes from a simple example like this. And this certainly applies to problems that you see involving squares or to the thirds, whatever. Doesn't really matter. The thing is, at the end of the day, and I'm going to add this as a note here as well. Um, I guess this is important. Is always, and I do mean always, put parentheses around anything you substitute in an equation or function. This is going to be one of those things that makes this significantly easier. Okay, this guy right here, I'm going to guarantee you're going to use over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Okay, you use this so many times that it's just going to run around your head here. Now you're probably saying, "Well, I kind of know that." Well, trust me, when you think about a lot of concepts here in this class, it's going to use this same idea all the time. Okay, and from what it looks like at the very beginning is the problem could be super confusing, but then when you understand that you're just putting parentheses around anything you substitute, it makes it really easy. And that's the key difference here. This will be applicable in equations, and this will be applicable in functions, as we're going to see later on here in chapter 2. So this is not something that is not something to be taken lightly here. And yeah, of course, I'll be like, yeah, you could plug in other values here. Certainly, you'll get -1 here. You could easily make a graph off of this, right? This isn't this is a parabola, so we'll see parabolas here later on. But you get the general idea about what's really going on here in this problem. It really doesn't, the answer here is just a parabola. It looks like this. Many of you have seen parabolas before. We'll explore that here a little bit later. But the important point here regarding this problem isn't so much about the final answer as it is regarding this particular concept. And to make sure that you get this right the first time, every time. This is how we can make sure we are consistent about how we do our processes. So there'll be a lot of times where I'm just going to stop and take these simple examples, and this is kind of like the things that made, like, when I was learning this stuff, to be perfectly honest, made it 10 times easier on me without having to feel like it was overwhelming. As long as I knew these little tidbits that I can easily just kind of incorporate, and I just have to kind of do one size fits all in some of these cases, then it made it significantly easier without having to feel like it's overwhelming. So I want to be sure that everybody's on the same page when it comes to that. Okay. So just want to be sure that everybody knows exactly where I'm coming from on that. Okay. Questions about that? Hopefully everybody is okay with that. Yes, details definitely matter in mathematics, but it's my job to hopefully point out those small details so you'll know exactly how to actually apply those in a lot of the concepts that we'll be doing. So this makes it significantly easier for you. You don't have to worry about those small little things as time goes along. You'll just be able to apply them. Like I said, a lot of this came from the fact that I struggled so hard, and then I got it. I got it. It was a bit easier for me a little bit later on. I'm not gonna lie. So the struggle bus was real for me. Struggle bus for me. Ready to practice some mental math? Well, mental and hopefully some physical math where we actually write stuff down. Makes it a bit easier. All right, let's go over numbers 3 and 4 here as they do come up quite often. What are x-intercepts and y-intercepts? Okay, now let's talk about x-intercepts. We have to usually find these. These take a little bit longer to find. But what are x-intercepts? Are points on the graph that are on the x-axis. So for example here, um, if you see in our last example here, let's say whatever this point is, this point here is the x-intercept because this is where the graph will cross the x-axis. It's exactly at that point. So all x-intercepts are of the form x comma 0. So like 5 comma 0, negative 2 comma 0, negative 11 comma 0, 7 comma 0, just something comma 0. That's all x-intercepts are. So the question is, how do we solve for x-intercepts? We set y is equal to 0 and solve for x in the equation. All right. And I put a little warning here. Warning, in some equations, there can be more than one x-intercept. This is going to be coming up quite often here. In a lot of different types of equations, we could end up with, say, not just one, but maybe two x-intercepts. Maybe in some cases, we end up with 3 or 4 or more. Okay, that's certainly plausible here in a lot of these particular examples that we'll be seeing. All right, so for example here, in this particular case, say y is equal to 3x minus 2. If we wanted to find the x-intercept, for example, all right, so the x-intercept here, all we need to do is set y is equal to 0 and solve for x in the equation. So we set y is equal to 0, so we put 0, all right, and we're going to put 3x minus 2. And I'll put 0 in parentheses because we did substitute. All right, and all we have to do is solve for x, okay? That's all we got to do is solve for x, and we're going to find our x-intercept. Okay, so really quick here, make sure that everybody's on the same page at the very least. Again, basics here today. What do we do to solve for x? What should I do first? How do I solve for x in this equation? We have 0 is equal to 3x minus 2, or 3x minus 2 is equal to 0, whichever way you want to call it here. Add 2 to both sides. Okay, perfect, right? Add 2 to both sides. All right, remember everything is a balance here. Everything is a balance. So we have 2 here equals 3x. Sounds fine. Okay. What's next? Divide by 3 on both sides, okay? Good. All right. So some simple stuff here. I know you're like saying, well, man, stuff is so easy. Be like, yes, it can be. But again, this is hopefully, again, shaking out those cobwebs here that maybe you forgot about from a while back. Okay, this is what we have to do. Divide 2 by 3. Think you have the other way. Oh yeah, divide 2 by 3. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. I thought that you said divide by 2 on both sides. I'm like, oh dear, oh no. Okay, I know what you meant there. Okay, that's correct. Okay, so here we have an answer here of x is equal to 2/3. Okay. Now, so what does that mean at the end of the day? So what that means at the end of the day is we take x is equal to 2/3. That means that we have an x-intercept here. Okay, remember, x equal 2/3 is not the x-intercept. Remember that the x-intercept here is a point. Okay, so remember, it does say a point on the graph, a point or points. Okay, so what we want to have here is we want to have 2/3, comma 0. That's going to be our guy right here. Oop, posture check. Thank you, Blink. Appreciate you. Um, uh, 0.66. So one thing that we're going to do is we're going to not do too many decimals here if we can put it into simpler forms, Khadija. Okay, so that's what we want to do. We want to keep it in its fractional form if possible. That is going to definitely be a thing. Okay, so one thing I am going to point out here is that'll be certainly a thing here is most of the time we want to keep it in its fractional form. And this is going to be true. The reason why I actually point that out here is because that may not be acceptable for my math lab either. Okay, so they may want it in a fractional form as well for their final answers. You're going to need to be sure to make those adjustments there appropriately. Okay, so I don't want you to be sure like, oh, look, the calculator told me 0.6 repeating. And be like, that's great. but but maybe that's not the way you do it. Now, if you want a more accurate representation here, let me go ahead and show this off here. Now, you may or may not know this on your calculator, but one thing is that your calculator can help you with the fractional equivalent here. So let's say I wanted 0.1875, okay, and I want the fractional equivalent of 0.1875. I hit the math key here, and I go to number one, which says fraction, and it tells me the fractional equivalent of 0.1875, which is 3/16. All right, there we go. Good stuff. Everybody's a winner. All right, so if you weren't aware about the calculator function there, now you do. Well, that took all of 3 seconds. Yes, you can go in reverse. It works this way. This actually works. Yes. Yes. I promise you. Calculator is a strong piece of machinery if you know how to manipulate it the right way. You know. Honestly, yeah, that's all you got to do. Seriously. Now again, not every decimal is going to have a fractional equivalent, mind you. Okay? This calculator is meta. It can't lie, Big Tree. um, it's been meta for quite a while. Um, but not every decimal equivalence is going to have a fractional equivalent because you can't express it that with a fraction necessarily two numbers in a fraction. So some do and some don't. If you have like a more complex one, you know, then it's possible that this may not. Yeah. So see, I just typed in some random numbers. There's no fractional equivalent to this. It's just here it is. Okay. So um, yeah, it's gonna be like that. So not everything can be put as a fraction. Sometimes it's just a decimal, and it is what it is. So just pointing that out there. But if you want to put it into fractional form, if it's a nice simple one, hey, that's possible. Okay. All right. So there we can get our x-intercept. Now, for our next part here, let's say we want a y-intercept. A y-intercept is just as easy. A y-intercept are points on the graph that are on the y-axis. So again, as we can see here, that is I'll put this in blue. That is this point right here, like in our example, 3x minus 2. Okay, that is this point right here. And again, 0, comma 3, 0, comma minus 4, 0, comma 11. Okay, those things are y-intercepts or y-intercept. Now, to solve for y-intercepts here, we set x is equal to 0 and solve for y in the equation. So for the y-intercept here, it's already been pretty much solved for us. It's very, very easy. So all you have to do is set x is equal to 0 here. And so all you get here is basically 0 minus 2. And so here you get minus 2. So y is equal to minus 2. So again, our y-intercept here is 0, comma minus 2. Now we've already found that here on the graph doing the xy chart. Now most of the time for the functions that we're going to be using here, the functions that we'll be looking at here, all are going to have one y-intercept because of the definition of functions, as we'll see later on. But it was like most equations says, that's why I put most equations like 98% will deal with this class will have one y-intercept, but some could have more depending on the equation that's given. So some equations that could have more than one y-intercept, just dependent on that, but most of the time I'm going to be dealing with just the single one y-intercept. So I do want to point that out here, but at least you should know, because a lot of questions that we'll be answering here in this class will say, oh, find the x-intercept, find the y-intercepts. Find the x-intercepts, find the y-intercept. Okay, do this and that and the other thing. Like, okay, fine. Now we know how to do it. It's really not too hard. Okay. Um, are there any questions about that? Okay. Alrighty. Good stuff. All right. So, what yeah, I'm gonna have to do that for next time. But all right. So it is 1:50. We're a little bit out of time here for today, but I think it's a good place to stop anyway. So what we're going to do here is we're going to pick up here from question 5 here. We're going to actually start talking about types of equations here. talking about quadratic equations. We'll talk about methods about how to solve for quadratic equations. So as you can see here of what I have here on the handout is I literally have the steps here about how to solve for this, and we'll of course expand on this using other examples. Okay, so um, you know, you should have Carla. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Um, so we're gonna just start off here with the quadratic equations. We're gonna find different ways because a lot of times we're going to be encountering as quadratic equations in some form or variety. Maybe looking at their properties and whatnot. So we want to look at ways about how to solve for these quadratic equations using various types of methods. That'll be all of chapter 1, as a lot of times we'll come to this well here a few times, and then we'll get into chapter 2 right after that. Um, so there we go. I figured we get through at least 1-1 here. Again, a lot of here for next time. Part again 1-5 here will be just kind of again shaking out the cobwebs, getting things going. Just making sure we're getting on the same page here. Just hopefully a nice little general review, and then we'll start working our way forward here. That is what is the plan, my man, for tomorrow. For tomorrow, yeah, can we believe it? Tomorrow, like 24 hours from now. Then you get to see my face again. Oh my god. Can't believe it. I don't know. I'm just saying. I hope you had fun today, though. It's first class. We already made it. So we're working our way. We're working our way forward. It's the beginning of many many things. 2020. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You have to be so exact. Jeez. Oh my god, you're so exact. Oh man, too much fun. Too much fun. Now this is super fun. Like I get to have a lot of super. You get to have a super lot of fun here. I'm a math teacher. So what? I'm a math teacher. So exactness is not. I thought being exact was necessary. Well, um, you could look at the dishes in my sink and I could tell you that they're not very exact. They're pretty dirty, to be more exact. Need to be put in the dishwasher. Is so going through quadratic equations tomorrow? Yes, yes, my friend, absolutely. We're going through quadratic equations tomorrow and getting a start here on chapter 2. So we're going to be discussing the quadratic equations and transitioning over to this start here about functions here in chapter 2. So that is what is on the agenda here. So we're going to be putting in work. Absolutely, putting in work. And if you want to preview ahead, you can absolutely. All the homework there is online. All the homework is put up there online. You don't have to worry about anything when it comes to things like that. That is perfectly fine and acceptable. So, you can do that. Um, let me do that. There we go. Do this here. All right. Do you think we should attempt any of the homework or just hold off for another day? I've never taken math during the summer. I'm bad at math and I'm nervous to fall behind. Well, I think it'd be a good idea for you to take a look at the homework there and try some of the problems, Lysanna, and see exactly how you can pace yourself appropriately. If you're nervous to fall behind, why don't you just get a little bit of a preview? Dip your toe in the water and see how you do with some of those first basic questions. Okay? Again, there's no judgment here about how you do or how you don't do. That's why I give unlimited chances, okay? So if you don't get it right the first time, you don't get it right the first time. Okay, that's fine. You can do examples or whatnot, whatever you want. So it's all good. Blink, thank you very much. You have yourself a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day as well. Danny, have a great day. I hope you have a wonderful first day. Thanks, no problem. Yeah, so 1-1 is where we ended off here today. So if you'd like to do that for today, then please go ahead. All right. All right, everybody. I want to. I had fun. I was just frozen for a bit. That's fine. Can we go over it? I'm gonna try. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, Jess. I had fun. I was just frozen for a bit. Okay, can we go over it during office hours? You gonna try and restart? So you're frozen. Like your stream was frozen for a little bit. Okay. Okay. All right. You can contact me through Discord there, Jess. Are you on my Discord there, Jess? In any case, before we head off here, I want to thank everybody here for coming out here to the stream once again for today. Thank you so very much, everybody. All of you, I really have a lot of fun for this first day. I hope we're going to have a lot of fun here for the next couple months for sure. Thank you so very much for the very kind words. I hope you enjoyed yourself here today, and I will see you all tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow in 22 hours. 22 hours. I'm back. Yes, Katie, I'm back. Yes. 22 hours. I'm back, Katie. Yeah. And I'm ending. I know you can't got here right at the tail end of the stream. I'm sorry. Um but yeah, I'm back. I'm back, Katie. I'm back here. I'll be back here on in about 4 hours or so. Um let me ask Jess here really quick. Do you have Discord? Are you on Discord? Ask that there. Hopefully we get that thing squared away. We'll be good to go. Okay, no problem, Katie. Absolutely. Hey, ZJ, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. And you got verified, ZJ. Very nice, my man. That. Okay, you're on Discord. Wonderful. All right. Now, um, let me actually check that here real quick. Wait, you're on? Where are you underneath? What name are you underneath on Discord? Well, I guess we'll go with that. Okay. Okay, hang on a sec. Under what name? I don't see you on here. See. Here. Like this is what I see on the screen here. So let me go back here for just a second. This is what I see on my screen over here. All these names, but I don't see your name on here. I'll send you the Discord link again. Here you go. Here you go. Remember, Discord is separate than that of Twitch, so two different things. If you want to be part of my Discord, anybody, then you can go ahead and be part of my Discord. Yeah. Click on that link and you'll be part of my Discord channel. Alrighty. Where is this? Alright, there we go. Okay. Sure, sure, sure. Absolutely. Here you go. Got it? Alright, perfect. Nice. Again, you click on that link, you can download Discord. It's free, and then you'll be added to my Discord thing. Yeah. Good beans. Yes. Good stuff. There we go. All right. All right. Good stuff, everybody. Okay. Download it. No, you're definitely in there. Let me show you. Let me show you here. You're definitely in. I see your name. I see your name there. Oh, let me go back to the main page here. You're definitely there. You're right at the top here. Make sure Jess is there. I don't know if she's frozen there or not. See if I can add her. Are you on PC? Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Give me a second here. I'll be hopping off a stream here. If you want to ask me questions here, we could talk on Discord and whatnot. That's perfectly fine. So I have no problem. I have no problem just doing that here. So just a second though. I don't think. Can you get these few bits out of the way here first? Go with let's do that. Yeah, that's fine. Can I find someone? Is that even possible? I don't even know if that's possible. Not sure how to do that yet. I'm not as super tech savvy either. All right. In any case, all right, let's do that. That's fine. All right. I'll figure that out. All right. All right. Anyway, I want to thank everybody here for coming on here to stream. Thank you very much, everybody. All right. I'll try and figure stuff out here on my end. So we'll get things we'll get the ball rolling here. Again, just email me. Email me, or you can watch the replay here on Twitch. Okay. So copy the link so you can get on Discord. Okay. All right. So download Discord first, and then use the link to connect to my match. Okay. All right. All right. There we go. All right. So I want to thank everybody very much. Thank you so much here for coming out here to the stream once again. Um, I'm gonna try and I'm trying to try and get this thing squared away. In the meantime, though, everybody, as I always like to stay safe, stay healthy, but most importantly, stay sane. All right. Have yourself a wonderful day, everybody, and we will see you later. Have a great one, everyone. Take care. Bye.